That makes sense. She could be a ye old 1960s hippie.
If
And
she's a
then
hippie, she would all be about free love and shit, and she's just making my life hell.
you're one of the military types, aren't you, son? Well, for serving in
Not
Nam,
really.
I'm gonna make you
I
do
like the
homework.
benefits.
Oh, you think you're serving the country, or you're gonna be serving me this weekend?
I didn't know about pain until I opened.
Welcome back to another episode of the Handsome Jacks podcast. Welcome to season 2, the season we were supposed to have webcams, but me, didn't do his job. As always, I am your angry Canadian host, Joel Dinan. Joining me is the man finally, potentially, maybe not obsessed with Halo, Jake.
I will always finish that fight, though.
And Dim Dimaho, Austin Dimmitt.
Yeah, that's me.
And we were supposed to be joined by everyone's favorite Viking, Brendon, but the motherfucker is sleeping again, and he's not answering any of our calls. So
I said I'm 30
we're gonna roast
pictures
him.
of Toy Story Dog from Toy Story 1, and that still didn't get a response.
He's gonna wake up to about 100 messages that say, "Wake the fuck up."
I mean, honestly, like I said earlier, this is about the best way season 2 could start because it only goes up from here.
That's
We'll
a fair
actually
point.
have a full roster, maybe webcams. I don't know.
Yeah, I know how to do it. I haven't messed with the the audio for it. That's the stopping point right now.
Well, that and I technically don't have a webcam right now for my desktop, so that needs to be sorted.
Things you would need to sort, yes. Anyway, so this episode is kind of a intervention for me. The boys realize that I literally don't play any single player games and haven't really in years, and they're gonna try to convince me to play a single player game, whatever the cost.
Yeah, I'm fully convinced that when we're not online, you just sit. You are like the Pablo Escobar fucking meme, where you're literally just sitting there in your room, just like the boys will be on sometime tonight, right? And no one ever gets on. It's like that every night. Every time I join the Discord, I just see that you're online, but what are you really doing, Joel? It sure the hell ain't playing anything.
Got
If
one
I told
screen
you
with
that,
the boys, the other screen watching basketball.
if I
Yeah.
told you what I was doing, you wouldn't be alive right now.
It would be pretty. It'd be pretty on brand with my special powers
It really would be.
of interrupting things. Yeah, you need to get cultured and play
You calling
some
me an
single player
uncultured
games.
swine?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm calling you.
Okay.
Because aside from Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the remake, and all the WoW expansions, the last game release you were hyped for was Borderlands 2, wasn't it?
Yeah. You want to know the last single player game I played? You guys are gonna cry.
What?
On your own, not co-opt with me.
Yep. All right. So, do you guys remember the arcade Xbox Live game that was Plants vs Zombies?
Was
Oh
it
my
that?
god, he somehow finds a way to bring that into this. Are you fucking kidding me?
I downloaded that on Steam and played it.
Is that why you're like so fucking thirsty for that game? It's relentless. You are always interjecting Plants vs Zombies into everything.
Because it used to be Castle Crashers, and then I got bored of saying Castle Crashers, so I just started saying Plants vs Zombies.
God, I don't know what else to say. You need help. That's why we're here. Me and Jake are gonna get you on the path of righteousness.
We're going to try at least. At least force you out of your comfort zone just a bit. Just a tad.
Yeah, I'm not 100% this is gonna work. I mean, every
let's be real.
madman has his methods.
How many single player games have been given to me at this point? I know you've given me 2, and Brendan's bought me 1. I think Jake bought me 1. I haven't played any of them.
That hurts me a little bit, honestly, Joel.
But hey, you did play 5 minutes of Sonic Adventure that one time.
That one time. So I could beat a Chow.
You got far enough to get to the Chow Garden, and I don't think I've ever seen you get back on it.
Nope.
I don't even know what else to say, honestly.
I realized I'd have to play the Tails and Eggman levels. I said, nope.
That's fair.
I'm not all about it.
Not fun.
Well, I mean, Besides Plants vs Zombies, you've played BioShock, haven't you?
I have only played the demo for BioShock. I have
Oh,
never actually
fuck.
played the game.
We
I
can't
think
help
you would
this.
really like
We
the
can't
full
help this
game.
kid, Jake.
That was back before BioShock. Yeah, it was when the little like play betas were a thing, like back around like Call of Duty World at War, like before that released, where they were doing like the little gameplay snippets on
When
Xbox Live Marketplace.
when junk enhancement plasmids were still in the build,
Do you think so?
lovely time. I'd always heard about that before it's coming out. They're gonna have that. I'm like, I don't know about that, Chief. That's a little bit edgy.
Literally me when I hear an Overwatch update.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Still not gonna play it.
I'm
I mean,
telling
it's
you,
just
Overwatch Classic. It will be hype.
Overwatch Season 2, just bring it back to the good old days.
Yep.
I can't wait for Overwatch 2 to come out, and it's literal just dog shit. Like,
Yeah, it's literally the
it's
same
just
game
the
that it is
same
now.
bullshit they demoed with the weird events and in the first one, and no one likes it. And yeah,
Yep.
I'm ready for it.
I mean,
So
that's one thing I'm not excited for is a single player Overwatch. Like the multiplayer was fine, but didn't really care for fighting the bots in their events.
Yeah, it's just it was half baked. Honestly, it felt really generic. It wasn't challenging at all.
No.
Yeah, it was just bad. Well, anywho, I mean, I guess we could try to start here, Jake. We're missing out on Brendon, who I already knew what he was going to recommend. So
I was
Well,
gonna
I'll
say, or
start out with the
do you want to roast
anti-pigment.
Brendon?
Since Brennan's not here, Joel, you need to not play anything Witcher related.
Okay,
no,
I
Jake,
mean,
you
he's
can't
not
say that.
here. He didn't message me ahead of time.
He's officially on the shit list, just like Jelly
Yeah.
was.
So here's
Yep.
the thing, Witcher, it's a big game. So do you really have time to sink like 100 to 200 hours just to finish one
He
game?
works from home. I mean, that's it, really. He's got time.
Yeah, but into a giant ass
Never played on
RPG
Switch.
where a lot of the time it's going to be point A to point B. You're just
Don't
walking
answer that, Joel.
around.
I mean, I'll put it this way: I've had time, but I'm really not into the fantasy that much. So I've only got like 5 or 6 hours into it. I'm not struggling, but it's not holding my attention right now with where the story and everything's at. I've kind of hit like a lull, and just so happened to stop playing it right at that time. So I need to go back in and actually start playing it again.
And that's
But
another thing. If you're not into the story of the characters, there's really no motivation to even go do the quests.
See, when I hear long traveling,
Brendon
I've
rolling
been
over.
down. I've been down to a single monitor for like a year now.
God,
So I would be
darkest
very
of
bored while
days.
traveling. I'm gonna eventually get a second monitor, but just not a full size.
See, you don't have a second monitor to do something while you're going from place to place. You just gotta sit there and ride your horse and hope you don't get attacked by bandits or shit.
Yeah, when I buy one. So I gotta wait to buy one then.
I think I was really just hoping to like piggyback off everything Brendon said about Witcher 3, so I wouldn't have to do anything. Although I've only got 6 hours in.
He's probably gonna attempt to make comparisons to Ranger's Apprentice and Brother Band and any
It's
other book
got
he's
bow in
recommended
it.
me. Yeah.
Well, Joel, I'm gonna seal the deal for you right now. Girl
All
does not use a bow and arrow.
right.
You get a crossbow, and it's usually just really to get flying enemies down from the ground, but it's not a main weapon at all.
That's
So you
disappointing.
can start hacking and whacking and slashing.
Yeah, you better be into hacking and whacking and slashing because that's what you're going to be doing. And a lot of Dark Souls rolling.
Do you just autism spam your way through fights?
I wouldn't say that. There is some abilities and whatnot as well. And a lot of times you'll need to use certain potions
To prepare.
to give yourself an edge in a fight.
And then there's some magic spells you can use to set them on fire or give yourself a little barrier to survive a hit.
So there is some tactics to it, but I don't think the combat system is like ultra in depth. It's a good
It's
it's a good
engaging,
kind
but
of
it's no Devil
mix.
May Cry.
Oh God.
Is that
What
one
the
of your
time is it? 10
recommendations?
minutes 28 seconds. Devil May Cry brought up the first time.
Hey-oh.
I have played 2 minutes of Devil May Cry 5.
I'm
Where
impressed
did
you
you
even
even
played
play
Devil
the
May
2
Cry
minutes
5.
at?
I bought a magazine that
Was
had
it
a
a
demo
demo
in it.
disc? Oh hell yeah.
Oh, do you mean Devil May Cry 4?
I thought it was 5. I don't know. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, that'd be
It's
4
4.
then.
Hmm.
I honestly don't know what surprise that if you would have played 5, that would have really surprised me.
Yeah, because 5 just came out last year.
Oh, yeah, then definitely not.
Well, I mean,
But now that we've made sure you never play anything Witcher related.
I
Yeah.
just feel Brendon rolling over in his sleep. There's something wrong with the Force.
So, but for
Sense
the
it.
record, I do enjoy Witcher 3, and I need to finish my playthrough, but gotta make sure no one else
Yes.
plays it now, Bryn. Sorry.
Yeah, it's gonna be on the very bottom of the list. Honestly, I should just uninstall it. Is there a way to return gifts on Steam?
I don't think so.
You just not accept them and let them sit in gift purgatory for
Gift purgatory.
ever.
So Steam
Well,
closes down.
the problem is I accepted it, I installed it, I've just never launched it.
You can remove it
Yeah,
from your list.
that's probably what I'll do.
That's always an option, at least. But no, yeah, I mean, good game. I still need to finish it though. So I mean, I guess what's up next? Wait, well, you have Fallout 4, right?
I do own Fallout 4. I bought
So
Fallout
this
4
one,
the
I
day it
think,
launched, and I
God.
installed it, and I never hit play.
gonna be real. I think of all the single player games we talk about today, this is the one that you'll probably do because it checks out the most of the stuff you like. 1, it's a shooter. 2, you gotta loot junk and shit and get better guns. 3,
Alright.
you got crafting. You craft your new weapons. You craft your own little settlement. And I love how much you love Minecraft. So it's got everything. It's got looting. It's got shooting. It's got crafting. And the
I don't think I
story
want to
is
craft a
very
settlement for Fallout.
toned down for an RPG, so you don't even have to get bother with it.
Yeah, you can honestly play the whole thing without really understanding why you're doing most shit. Just like,
Is,
I'm looking for my son.
It will
is that
scratch
Go
a,
to
every itch
is that
you
a
got,
good thing
Joel.
or not? Is that a good thing for the story?
I'll put it this way, like from a gameplay stance, I find Fallout 4 to be, well, it's the best Fallout that's come out, honestly, from a shooting standpoint and some of the other gameplay they added in. RPG wise, it's of course doesn't stand with the last couple iterations, but if you're just
But
trying to ease your way into single player games, it's a good experience.
it's a great
Okay.
entry. It has everything for you, Joel. What's not to like?
It's number 1 on the list right now of recommendations. Very, very long list.
So
There's Fallout, and then there's Do Not Play, which is The Witcher.
So you know how when you're like 18 and your buddy's like, "Hey, come over. We're gonna hang out." And you show up and like his older brother's there, and he pulls out a fucking tall ass can of Four Loco,
Yeah.
and next thing you know, the whole night's gone and shit's crazy and wild out, and you're like, "This is the greatest day of my life."
You wake up
But
in the
then
kid's
as you
front yard,
age, you
clean out lawn
become
chair.
more refined. You're like, I don't like Four Locos. They taste like a literal trash can. And you wise up. That's what we're doing. I'm gonna be the older brother, and I will give you that Four Loco of Fallout 4 just to get you back in. But I think in a little bit you'll be more warmed up, and I don't know, you'll start drinking
We're open to
scotch,
other things.
bourbon.
Mm.
What the hell did sophisticated individuals, unlike myself, drink?
Probably Scotch.
Yeah. So
Scotch is good.
there you
You know,
go.
you could always do the Canadian Newfie special and get some Screech.
That sounds like I'm going to take a swig of that and I'll wake up like 2 days from now in a snowbank, half frozen.
Hey man, it does make you feel warm.
There you go. It's all about feeling warm.
Yep. Not about being warm, about feeling warm.
Yeah. Feeling warm's great, but being warm is actually really nice. You don't die from it.
Don't come to Northern Ontario then.
Trust me, I don't have too many travel plans, but I mean, going up there eventually, sure, but
Joel, can you
Yeah,
take me
not
to
in
see
the
the
dead of
Eskimos?
winter.
Can you still call them Eskimos, or we call them something else now?
I don't think I
just
think
call
that
Take
them
me
might
to
be a
something
see
little
the
bit
like
snow
Trump.
people.
abrasive term. Snow people, I think's even worse.
Inuits.
Inuits,
God.
that's it.
I don't think
I'm
you
sorry
wanna
to
go
all of
that
our Inuit listeners.
far north. I don't think you want to go that far north. I really don't think you do.
Does it have
I
winter there?
apologize. I do find the culture very interesting, though.
It's a
It's
nice
interesting
backtrack.
until you
Jake.
have to meet some Aboriginals, especially the ones that just hunt 24/7 and steal all your fucking game and all your fish. I'm not salty at all. I've never had that experience in my fucking life. Oh,
Anyway,
Man,
let's
oh
get off
man,
this because
Salty
this is going
Sally
down a
up in
path
here.
of no return.
God,
Let's finish up
Lord
Fallout
have
4. Joel,
mercy.
it's like single player Borderlands, but you get to craft your guns and houses.
what kind of guns can I craft?
Fallout-ish
Dennis played
guns.
more, but from what I've heard, it has like an insane amount of customization to your guns.
Okay, it's
And I'm not putting mods on the game.
here. So it does have a really good amount of mods.
No, I'm not putting mods on the game.
No. Oh God, you
Gun
fucking-
mods that you get that's in the base
baked
game.
in the game, you idiot.
Okay.
But
Okay.
you
I thought
can't put
I thought you
mods.
meant additional mods, Mister. I
I
gotta
would-
run 120 at the same time.
Yeah, I
I'm just
won't
impressed at
apologize if
crunch.
that's what you're looking for.
I'm not looking for an apology. I'm just making you aware that you have a problem.
That's the method to my madness. Okay, I've perfected the art. Sometimes it still crashes, but that's just the
I think that's
the
just
game we
Fallout
play.
at that point.
Yes, it really is just Fallout. But yeah, I mean, there's a good amount of customization. It is kind of gimped because certain upgrades are tiered with how good the gun is. So at the end, you're kind of working towards a singular upgrade, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes that can be a little bit disheartening because you might like the way it is right now and you got to get rid of it to make it better and actually viable. But overall, it's a good system. The base building is minimalistic somewhat, but good and enjoyable overall.
Do you have to do it if you don't want to build a base?
No, I think like, you have to make like
it is a quest line.
building once for the main story, but other than that, it's never forced down.
But on top of that, you can totally skip that if you don't want to do it. Because
Cool, I'm
I've
probably skipping
totally
it.
done that before and just skipped it and built somewhere else.
I'm probably
So-
gonna skip it. If I want to build, I'll go play in the Minecraft realm.
Well, that and the NPCs that are at that location are like, honestly, Bethesda was trying to sabotage their own game. They're so fucking annoying.
Todd
Dear
Howard
God.
would never make a shit game.
Well, 76 has entered the chat.
Yeah, about that. Anywho, what's next?
What you got
Ass
on the
Creed?
docket?
yeah, let's do some Ass Creed. I know, Joel, you've said you've had some interest in it before.
Okay, so I played 1 to Brotherhood, like the campaigns, like multiple times. Like I really actually enjoyed the early Assassin's Creed. When I switched over from playing on Xbox to PC, I didn't really buy them. Austin gave me Origin, so I own Origin, and I was meaning to play it because I know they redid a bunch of the combat systems, and it was supposed to be a whole new generation of Assassin's Creed. And I was like, that would be fun. And then he gave it to me, and then I literally just blanked, and I never remembered it until recently.
Into the library of sorrow it went.
Yep. I think the shortcut's still installed on my desktop for like the 2% of the time I spend at my desktop PC.
Meh. Well, I mean, it sounds like you're already interested. I don't know if we need to convince you, except I can confirm that Origins is probably one of the best ones of the series.
How long is the game?
Oh, it depends on how much side shit you want to do. Like I made my time in it pretty long, but I also did all the side content. But if you just stuck to mainly the main story and then a little bit of side quest here and there to level up, it shouldn't be too bad.
Is the tedious and repetitive to get levels sometimes?
Brendon swears it is. I never found it tedious and repetitive.
Well,
So,
Brendan's not here, so we're just gonna avoid his opinion.
so my opinion,
He
which
had
since I'm here is the only right opinion, is I never found it super tedious or repetitive to get levels.
Okay.
I have not played it, so
So,
yeah.
I mean, if you're worried about the new leveling system and you want one that's closer to the old school, I would say you cannot go wrong with Black Flag.
I fucking knew it. I knew you were gonna say Black Flag.
Dude, Black Flag is like easy top 3, if not number 1. Even though most everyone creams their pants over Ezio.
Ezio had to totally.
To
I
put it
mean,
in
I love the originals. Like, well, the one I played, I think the one before 3 was the last one I played fully. And then
Revelations.
yeah, Revelations. So
Yeah, I'd
you know,
say give Origins a shot, and if you're not feeling the new leveling system they tried, Black Flag will definitely scratch that Assassin's Creed itch for you.
okay.
As
I
long
will.
as you're okay with the assassin story taking a backseat to the main story about the pirate dude.
Okay. I think that one might be Fallout 4 for me, just because I like the kind of lore and atmosphere game world that they've built around that. Just a little bit more. I'm a little bit more invested. I played a lot of Fallout 3 back in the day, but I never really necessarily enjoyed it
That's
as
fair.
much as I did the other games.
Fallout
Different
3 is
strokes
a
for
very
different
abrasive
folks.
experience, especially going back to it. Not that it's a bad experience, but you can tell it was made for a different generation
Oh, it's
of
definitely
game.
very 2008.
I mean, you don't dare try to actually gun something down without using VATS. I mean, you can, but your results
Yeah.
will vary.
I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta get your skill to like at least, well, I think what 60 or so to be competent with the weapons.
Yeah, it's very much a
That
VATS world,
simulator.
and
Yeah.
that's honestly where 4 steps away. They actually, I'm pretty sure, had the developers behind Destiny's gunplay come in and
I
help.
thought it was Wolfenstein.
Maybe it was Wolfenstein. Hell, it
Because
might have
Destiny
been.
got some good gunplay, honestly. It's like the
It
one
might have been the
redeeming
same
quality of that
alias.
game.
Yeah, they had them come in and actually help them. The gunplay in 4 is very good, honestly. I still use VATS because it's just fun to use, but it's
Mm.
not a necessity like it was in the past games.
I mean, it's definitely more for just like, oh, I want to cripple this guy's arm, or I'm gonna shoot this grenade out of his hand, type of shit. At that point,
Okay, so I play single games like I play multiplayer games sometimes, and I just do objective and whatever objective closer is getting done, which is why I blew up Megaton by accident in Fallout 3.
Like, didn't read the prompts. Like, this man's offered me like 1,000 caps to come with him.
I must do as
Surprised
the
you
quest
weren't
marker
stolen as a
demands.
child, honestly, Joel.
Yeah,
Surprised you weren't stolen.
it's Canada, dog. They would return me. Sorry, I don't live in the U.S.
Your experience may vary.
So I mean, I feel it's like the later Fallout games like more throw story in your face, because I know Assassin's Creed was usually like that. I don't know if it's still like that.
I would say, like I said, Fallout 4 story does not stand out to me as being one that is a standout in the series. I would honestly say both 3's and New Vegas's are better. And honestly, the whole trope of like I'm looking for my son or my dad is kind of overdone
Yeah,
in that.
That sounds annoying.
I guess there's a little bit of
I mean, with
variance
4,
when it comes to the time frame at which you're doing this, because in 4 there is a time lapse. I don't want to say too much because I don't know if you care about spoilers.
Well, I'm gonna play the game, kind of. So
So I'm not going to say huge, but there is a little bit of a time lapse between,
the
certain
start of the
things.
game and then when you actually are in playing the game.
Yeah.
fair enough.
So the environment is a little bit different compared to what I would say other like Fallout 3 was.
I mean,
It's
let me put
definitely
it
a
this way:
brighter looking.
the beginning section of 4 is a lot shorter than the beginning section of 3.
Oh god, this fucking
Like
tunnel.
it all depends on how fast you get through the character creator, and then you have I think like maybe 5 minutes of like story, and then after
Yeah,
that, once you get out of the vault, you can just say fuck the main story and go do whatever you want.
I'm trying to think as well. I'm pretty sure.
But does Assassin's Creed just say, "Hey, go do the story, dickhead"?
I mean, Origins and Black Flag is definitely in the vein of all the other Assassin's Creed, where it's definitely story driven. I mean, once you finish up a quest, you
Good.
can do
I probably
exploration
need
and the
that,
side
Jake.
shit.
I probably need that.
So
What story thrown in your face?
Yes.
I mean, you can speed run Fallout 4 is pretty fucking quick.
I mean, if I don't have something to do, I might just spend like an hour figuring out traps on how to punk Jake in Minecraft again. So
I
Or
mean,
whatever.
I don't think you'll ever be lost for something to do because even if you want to ignore the main story, you'll always have the quest log in the marker to tell you where to go.
okay.
And the same with Assassin's Creed. They almost always tell you, hey, you need to go here to continue the story.
Okay.
So
So yeah,
there's no reason to be lost.
we got Assassin's Creed and Fallout on the list. What else we got?
It's a very
I,
good question, really.
I want to circle back to BioShock. I think that's the one.
Yeah.
So I know BioShock's a classic, but that's really all I know. And I played
So,
the demo back in the day.
Jake, when's the last time you completed a playthrough of BioShock?
Ooh, it's
So we're
actually
not
been
going
a
off
surprisingly
nostalgia's
long
sake.
time. At least
You need
8
to get
years,
back
I'd
to it.
say.
Damn, son.
I got it reinstalled. I need to get another playthrough done.
It's I mean, like I got done. It's actually been a little bit for me as well. I think it's at like 4 years right now, 3 years, 4 years, somewhere in that ballpark. I went through and played all of them again, and that had been the first time since they came out on 360 that I'd gone back and played them.
Yeah.
They hold up surprisingly well. Honestly, it's definitely an older style game. You can definitely tell that with just how certain things are done. But overall, it holds up really well. The shooting's still good. The atmosphere is still just as good as it ever was. So, I think they're totally worth the play. At least 1 and 2, if you're feeling really adventurous, you can go into Infinite.
I'd say that's the weakest of the three, though.
And it's still not even bad, honestly. I hated it at first because I love the under the sea aesthetic.
Is that the trippy one? You're like in a fucking sky city on
Yeah.
drugs? No, I don't want to play that.
So then you're at least looking at the first two, and that's a solid. Hell, I think the first one I beat it in like 9 hours, something like that, nine
Yeah,
or 10.
I'd say the first one probably lasts 8 to 12 hours, and the second one probably lasts about as long.
Yeah, I want to say the second one was actually a little bit longer, but not much. That is actually a game that if you want something that kind of guides you down a path, um, you can't go wrong with BioShock. It's not ultra linear, but it's pretty linear in how
Yeah.
you do things.
Because usually how it works is like you'll always go to a new section of the city, and that's the whole open level you can explore and fight in. But you usually have a quest arrow at the top of your screen telling you which way to go exactly for the story. Unless
Okay.
it's like, okay, now you're in the
These are not
ballroom,
the
search this
suggestions.
area.
These are not the suggestions I was immediately expecting you guys to come with, but
I mean, what were
very
you
interesting
immediately expecting us to show up with?
probably Red Dead 2, to be honest.
We ain't done yet, Sonny.
Alright.
Go ahead and sit down.
Been sitting. We'll continue sitting.
You're not
We'll
standing
stand
up
up
in
and
your
sit
seat.
back down.
Amazing information we're bringing. I'm a little bit hurt.
I don't know. BioShock's
I'm
definitely my favorite game.
I'm expecting you to try to blow my socks off with like gameplay features or something. Right now, you've just been speaking generals about games.
I mean, if you want gameplay features like BioShock, I think my favorite thing is being able to just the interaction you have with the environment and the NPCs. So you can electrocute puddles of water to shock dude. You can take control of an enemy to make it fight other enemies for you. You can hack the security systems to have it fight for you.
But is
The-
that
the-
more effective than just killing them?
Yes, very
Okay.
much so. You can
Yeah,
spend
you're
like,
definitely going to want to use the environment to your advantage.
especially
Okay,
when you're
'cause-
fighting like one of the big daddies, you're going to want to hack some turrets. You're going to want to set up a bunch of traps before you piss them off, and then if you do it right, you can take them down in no time at all. But if you
'cause
just
here's
go
the
in
thing
guns
about
blazing, I'm gonna just take my shotgun to the face. It's gonna
Yeah.
take a while. And it's gonna be a lot more difficult.
Okay, because being someone that is good at FPS video games, when I play FPS video games, I tend to just kind of ignore the rules of engagement and just go shoot them because I can probably shoot them better.
I will honestly say sometimes games are very much like that, where your abilities are just like almost not even a factor.
Yeah, yeah, like I'll just straight up ignore the abilities in some games and just
Like
be
I
like,
said,
I don't fucking give a shit.
in Fallout 4, you will probably not be using VATs at all. The shooting's that good now that there's almost no reason to use VATs.
It'll only be to
Um,
cripple someone.
yeah,
That's positive.
But you can still do that outside of that if you want it, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
but no. Like the number one thing with when that pulls me into Bioshock, it's definitely the cool concept.
The
Not
atmosphere
only
of
do
the
you
story
have
for me.
Rapture,
Yeah.
it's such a cool design, and
I think someone likes the water too much. I'm surprised he didn't
it's
join the Navy. The deep is here.
no, absolutely not. It's almost like surprisingly enough, I love Dead Space just as much, and the similarities in settings between them is actually pretty damn high. Where in both of them, you're a singular person that usually has like probably one or two people roughly helping you.
Yeah, that sounds about
And
right. I never really thought about it, but Dead Space 1 and Bioshock are scarily similar.
yeah,
I really don't have any interest in Dead Space from the aesthetics point of view.
it's fucking lame
Hmm.
of you.
So do you not like the scare stuff?
Generally, no.
We're gonna get Brendon to play it. We're gonna stream it.
Oh, that's gonna
Okay.
be great.
I'd hold his hand. I'd hold his hand the whole way through.
Is that his
Bruh.
punishment for not showing up to 2 podcasts in a row? Is we're gonna make him play Dead Space?
It is spooky time, so I mean,
It really is.
I'm writing it down.
Dead
Hell
Space,
yeah.
he has to
I'm
do it
gonna
in
make
a
this a
completely
thing.
dark room.
He said he will not do it unless I play through it with him. So
So you're gonna stream it.
well, yeah,
That's
I think
channel.
he is going to try to come down here in the next week or two. So it's a very high possibility we might play through a good chunk of the game.
Okay,
Beautiful.
well,
I'll keep you
you'll
guys
be streaming that on the Handsome Jacks channel because we're talking about it on the podcast.
Hell yeah!
If that happens. All right. Well, so what we have: BioShock, Assassin's Creed, and Fallout. Which do you think I would enjoy most out of those 3? far.
Honestly, for me so far, it's between Fallout for its gameplay loop that's similar to Borderlands, or Assassin's Creed just because you have a history with the series already.
Okay. One of the
Yeah.
things that brings me into Borderlands, Jake, is that I actually do really like the story and the setting more than just the looter shooter part of it.
Really?
Yes.
It's a very interesting aesthetic.
Well, then it might be Assassin's
overall.
Creed more than Fallout. Then, if
Okay.
if you take the setting into account that much.
Yes. I like the ridiculous craziness that is Pandora. And wherever else you go, Eden 6 and all the rest
Well,
of
I've been
that
approaching this all wrong.
Jake's
shit.
like,
I've
been
never played it,
deceived.
but have you heard of Bulletstorm?
I remember when the demo came out for that, and I played it like 4 fucking
Oh.
times over.
I remember everyone being so hyped for that because the fucking cool shit that they specifically made for the trailer, and then the game was just dog shit. The trailer.
Oh
was really
no!
cool.
Yeah, it didn't really live up to its. I mean,
Anticipation.
it was one of those niche games that there is a good following to it, but
that was like the beginning of the hype train, like back in the day. Like a game gets too hyped and then just dies, and it's bad.
hold on, what year did Bulletstorm come out?
I mean, at least it didn't die as bad as fucking Brink.
Yeah, I mean we don't talk about.
Dear
that
God,
kind
it was released in 2011. Then I'm
That sounds
pretty
about right.
sure we first saw Cyberpunk 2 years later, and the hype train's been going ever since.
I can't wait for the game to disappoint.
Okay, I got one. I got one for you, Joel. If you like over-the-top shooters, I don't even know why I didn't think of this. The new Doom.
It's not necessarily over the top shooters in general, Jake. It's like there's so much like comedy and character to the Borderlands universe that's different from like everything else.
True.
Like name me a similar setting to Borderlands.
I mean, I just tried Googling. I still can't think of anything.
Like there's similar game stereotypes and mechanics, but there's not like a similar universe. Like
No.
Actually, I will say it's not an exact carbon copy, but it does kind of follow the same, I guess, kind of almost futuristic Western setting is the Outer Worlds. There is kind of a couple key corporations are huge. That's kind of one. It is kind of a Western style game at times, but I will not recommend the Outer Worlds to you, though.
okay, so what's next on the docket? What else you got for me?
I'll let you just time to tick things out the list. First off, you need to go get yourself a PS4. Okay.
The last time I owned a PS4 was specifically to play Infamous 2.
And you sold it, dumb bitch.
Yeah. I sold it and it broke 2 months later.
Hell yes.
Got out while the getting was good.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Win-win.
I'm surprised you still haven't picked one up to do your Kingdom Hearts autism.
Unleashed.
I like Kingdom Hearts for the broken disaster of a fucking franchise that it is. Like, you gotta watch like a 40-minute video to understand the story that happens in like the first 2 games. Like, just to understand the basic story. Like, that
Sounds
shit is
good
just
to me.
stupid, hilarious, dumb. What the fuck is going on?
To me, it just
And
blows
that's
my
why-
mind. They have number one on PS2, and then they have like a Game Boy Advance spinoff, a Nintendo DS spinoff, and then number 2 on the PS2. And then they've had like 7 different spinoffs that still continue the story before 3 finally came out.
Because they're milking that fucking cash cow for money.
And from what I heard, 3 didn't even end the story, so they're still waiting for more.
Here's the thing, it involves Disney characters. So it will forever make money just on nostalgia.
True.
Yes. So here's the real question, Joel.
Goofy does
Mhm.
fucking die, I think, in one of the scenes.
The hell you doing posting spoilers like that?
Mm.
Well, I'm sure
My
Joel
God.
already knew, because I think that was in one of the older games.
Pretty sure Joel's watched all the cutscenes of the new one.
Goofy didn't die in the 1 or 2.
It looks like he fucking died in the cutscene because Mickey got super pissed.
Yeah, that did happen.
And then he went like super Mickey mode or whatever. I didn't watch the rest of the cutscene.
Do you like horror games at all, Joel?
No.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. You're by far the pickiest bastard I've ever met that doesn't know what he likes. Metro series.
I like dumpstering people in online games or playing with friends on
You only get happiness out of putting other people down, Joel. And I'm sick of it.
We're really calling him out on a stream like this? We're going to do it live in front of everyone's titties?
That's literally me and Jelly's relationship.
Yeah, you do have quite possibly the worst relationship anyone could ever want with an individual.
The weird thing is he always sets himself up for it like he wants it.
Maybe he
Yep.
does.
God, I can't wait for the hot action when you finally come down.
We're going to set relationship status to as complicated, okay?
Hell yes. Alright. You need to play the Metro series games.
Metro. Are you talking about like the Last Light and all of that?
Yep. Yeah, those are good.
Yeah, a friend
Those
of mine
are-
played through a bunch of those, and they said they were fun.
They're solid games.
What's the best one, and one that I don't need to do prior research to understand?
They're all
Last
pretty
Light.
easy to jump into.
Last Light?
Honestly, if you're just hopping into one, honestly, Exodus is pretty damn great. No lie.
Is that the
Ex-
one that they showcased RTX graphics for?
yes. That came out about a year ago, a little bit over a year ago. Just hit Steam 2 months ago, 3 months ago, something like that. You get it. It's a pretty solid 20 hours to beat it. It has, instead of the ultra linear first two games, this one has open areas that you travel to. There's a little bit of a free roam to it. It's overall just a really good time. The setting is cool as hell. The characters are really well done in Exodus. Yeah, it's a good time. I actually went into Exodus not knowing if I was going to like it because I'd played a little bit of it before
Is it
and
still
wasn't.
set in Russia?
Yes, but it
Okay.
is different parts of Russia. That you'll go to different biomes, I guess, is what I should be saying this time around. You just won't always be in the metro.
Okay.
But regardless, the first two ones are very good as well. The first two ones are also substantially shorter than Exodus. They're like right at about 9 hours, 8 to 9 hours.
I'd say that's about right.
On both. It's like BioShock. It's linear. It's a good experience. You can do it in a couple nights if you wanted to. Gameplay and stuff is good. It's just it's a good experience.
Okay.
If you want to go ultra try hard mode, you can do Ranger mode.
What's
you can,
Ranger
where you feel
mode?
like you're trying to survive the
Why do I
wasteland.
feel like I would hate that?
Because you probably would.
Is
Limited
it like
ammo. Much more limited ammo and resources than before.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
I haven't played them in Ranger mode. I would recommend you could probably go. Most people could probably jump up one difficulty without too much of a struggle. But you can play them at the regular difficulty just fine as well. It's still a good time. So yeah, I definitely say those need to be played. Joel, I need to also inform you about the glory of Resident Evil 5 and 6 co-op.
That's co-op, Austin. We're not talking about co-op today.
You can play it alone if you want.
Would you really ever play Resident Evil 6 alone?
Absolutely not, but if I got to fly the plane, you damn well better believe I'd play it.
Listen, I watched you fuckers stream that clusterfuck of a game. No.
Oh, it's fucking beautiful. But no. Shit. What else do we got here, Jake? You got one on the...
These are like not the picks I was expecting. I was expecting like was Deus Ex, like Human Revolution, or like Red Dead Redemption or something. Like,
that's from someone that actually likes that franchise. Going back to it, a little bit rough. Not a little bit rough. It's a good game, but you can definitely tell it's from a past generation of game design, and it has a hard time keeping me fully committed.
I still play CS:GO.
Yeah, I can't account for your stupidity. I don't know what else you want me to.
This is recommending
right,
me
yeah.
a game. I'm just
Everyone
saying.
has a little bit of shit taste sometimes.
All right, my niche pick.
Okay, well, whatever Austin's recommending, because fuck Jake now.
My niche pick is gonna have to go to Spec Ops: The Line, though. This one's very much seems like a very generic shooter until you get to the end, and then you realize it's not a generic shooter at all.
Well, you're talking my language a little bit here. Go on.
So, long story short, you're a small squad sent in to figure out what the fuck has gone down in
Dubai,
this desert city. I don't even know what it's based on, like Dubai or something like that.
Sounding good.
pretty much like a platoon or whatever had already gone in to like help rescue people, and shit just went 100% south. And there's been like no communication at all. So of course they send 3 guys in because of why not? They send 3 guys in to figure out what the hell's going on, and that's it. Really, shit gets wild and out. It's
This might be
very.
your best sell pitch yet, by the way.
It's. Have you ever seen Apocalypse Now?
Yes.
You get
Tango don't
Apocalypse
surf.
Now vibes. Yeah, 100% Apocalypse Now in the sand is essentially what you're embarking on.
Say no more. It's tie between Assassin's Creed and this now.
It got a lot of bad press because it fundamentally
racist?
there's nothing crazy about the game, you know. It's just
Yes.
a shooter, and it's got a cover system.
Is it
But
racist?
I don't think so.
Do you get to kill Indians by chance?
Oh boy, gotta cut that out.
Oh,
Anywho,
man.
it's sitting in a very positive on Steam right now with 93% positive reviews. So
Hmm.
I would thoroughly recommend.
Spec Ops: The Line and Assassin's Creed are my top 2 right now.
Shit, Jake, you got one? I feel like I'm talking a lot. You gonna pick up your slack?
I'm trying to look through the game list here. Metal Gear Solid 5 got some good gameplay if you're into sneaky
Ooh,
shooters.
yeah, it does. Metal Gear Solid 5. As someone who has never played a Metal Gear game before 5, still a good experience.
And you don't really need to know any of the pre-existing story. You just basically know, bad guy did us wrong. We got to go get him. And then you go.
The only thing I know about Metal Gear 5 is that Jelly has posted way too much fucking lewd and porn about it in the group chat.
That's Jelly. He's gonna do that with every game. You
That
can't.
doesn't surprise me at all, really.
You can't be that surprised.
I was never a fan of any of the past Metal Gear games.
This one
This one
probably
is
has arguably the best gameplay. It
it's
doesn't play like any of
substantially
the
different.
previous ones, really.
Yeah, it's a
It plays
departure.
closer
I
to
feel
your
like.
more traditional third-person shooter that just happens to have top-of-the-line sneaking mechanics.
Like cardboard boxes, baby.
Cardboard box wins every time.
I have seen the memes about the cardboard box. And I think you can parachute goats or something like that.
Yeah, you
Or
got
sheep.
a Fulton bunch of troops and animals to your base.
Okay.
That way you can
Yes.
build up your mother base, get your PFC going. PMC.
Hmm.
KFC.
What is it all
So animal
about?
cruelty. Is it worse than the animal cruelty I commit in Minecraft?
I mean,
No.
you shoot the animals. I think there's a couple of missions where you like kill bears.
Hunting in games can sometimes be fun. So I spent a lot of time doing that in Far Cry 3.
Well, if you're
Oh,
wanting
boy.
hunting, then now's the time to bring up Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yep. Yeah, you need to play Red Dead 2, honestly, Joel.
I mean, I loved the first game.
So you're gonna play the prequel, and then you can go back and play Red Dead 1 when
Wait,
you
there's a
buy a
prequel?
vintage PS3.
Hey, there's a prequel for Red Dead?
Red Dead 2
Uh,
takes place before Red Dead 1.
What?
Yes, it
Oh.
explains a lot of things that happened beforehand.
Do you play as a young Jarn a young Jarn? I can't fucking talk right
John
now.
Marston,
Marsh.
Jesus Christ.
We're stroking out on air.
Yeah, single-handedly, he started losing it all right there.
Too much single player
I had to
talk.
pull him away from
Autism is
the edge.
taking over.
Oh God, yeah, I thoroughly recommend Red Dead 2. I played it on the PS4 first. I'm probably gonna pick it up on PC. I no-lifed the story. Like, I didn't do very many side quest things. I swear I probably still have a good 40 to 50 hours in that game just off burning through. The story is immensely long. It is it's not something you do in one night. This is a game you'll be playing for a while.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Enjoyable though.
I don't know if that's a
Oh,
negative or a
absolutely.
positive though for me.
I
I
okay.
feel like it's
It's
probably a
not
negative.
like it's not like some games where you have to dump in like 120, 150 hours to complete it.
It gets good 100 hours in, I swear.
God, that I'd say probably you're looking at
Was
I
that a
don't
One
know.
Piece reference?
No,
No, it's
that gets
more of like a
good like
long-term
700
JRPG
episodes in.
reference.
Okay. Just making sure, Jake. Just making sure you're not making One Piece references, you fucking filth. Anyway, continue.
Trust me, once you get past the 250 episode mark, then that's when the story kicks in.
Jesus Christ. So, average time off of how long to beat is 48 hours. And that is just with main story.
It's a while.
Yep.
I mean,
It's
I will say it starts a little slow, kind of like how Red Dead 1 did, but once it gets going, it's pretty entertaining to the very end. I'm about at the 70% mark myself.
oh, they pulled 4 people from Google Stadia on here. I didn't even
Stadia!
think that was a thing anymore. I thought they got rid of it already.
They're still trying.
Ah, God. But yeah, I can't recommend Red Dead enough. It's a great fucking game. It really is. I mean, honestly, you can sit here and say why it's good, but it just is. It does everything right. It really does.
Everything.
Most things.
Plus, you can
80.
name your horse Jelly, then run off a cliff like Brendon does.
I would never get past that. I would just keep save quitting.
I was ready to say on the online side of shit, it's also hilarious.
I don't know, like GTA 5 online or any Grand Theft Auto online. I thought was boring, so I imagine it's probably more of the
You
same.
like dying multiple times because someone's just bored as hell at the game, then yeah, it's a perfect choice.
Yeah, so no.
Even in Red Dead 2, where you can't get like jets or anything and fly across the map super quick, it doesn't matter. People still get bored and just shoot you for no damn reason.
I mean, to be fair, I'd probably do that to people if I was just playing random game for too fucking many hours.
No, Red Dead 2 is she's a winner. Here I go. Watch me simp out for these walking sims.
Oh boy.
Okay, you need a good walking sim in your life,
Death
Joel.
Stranding.
Why? Why?
Oh no,
Why?
definitely not. Joel.
Why do I need one?
Because it's a good experience.
Why? Why is it a good experience?
Just good. It's unique.
There's lots of unique
Walking
games.
simulators.
Why is a walking sim good?
Because it's got that story that you just walk through.
It's just a simple. You can
So
fully.
I could watch a movie or an anime?
You don't get to play those, Joel. Key difference. Now you're in. Now you're in the anime / TV show movie.
Yes.
So yes, you need to play Firewatch first off, and What Remains of Edith Finch.
Do you want me to just stop you right there and say I'm not gonna fucking play a walking sim?
You like Plants vs Zombies. Your taste is trash anyway. It
Hey,
really
Plants
can't get
vs.
any
Zombies is actually a good game. I have to
Jake, you
stop
shut
you right
your
there.
mouth.
Thank you, Jake.
We're not doing this.
It might not be top of the line, but it's a simple but effective premise that is enjoyable even in World of Warcraft.
Thank you, Jake.
Here's Jake cucking me again. I thought we were over this, and he just comes right back into it.
Hey, this has nothing to do with the last time. But since you
Fuck
brought
you.
it up, you brought that on yourself.
Fuck your walking sim.
Yeah, I voted for what I wanted to, and Jake all of a sudden just couldn't handle it, so he had to rig the results.
My favorite anime didn't get a single vote, Austin.
Not my fault.
That was my best of the best. And I lost to Brendon again.
And all of a sudden, he wouldn't have lost to Brendon if you would have let me win. You piece of shit.
I thought Future Diaries was your favorite anime.
It is. That was the episode that didn't get a vote because of Austin.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
I love how everyone else did not vote for that, but it's my fault that it didn't get
What
any
the fuck
votes.
did I vote for? Those are
Oh
Future
my
Diaries.
god. This debauchery will not stand.
I don't remember what I voted for. That wasn't Future Diaries because I did really like Future Diaries. Or did I vote just to keep the streak alive?
No,
You
you
just
voted
wanted to keep the
for-
streak alive.
Oh, yeah, then
Brendon.
100% get fucked, Jake.
Fuck you, Joel, and your
That
streak.
caused me to get fucked, Joel, you bitch. Maybe
Hey,
if
man.
you just voted Helsing.
I'm an equal opportunist fucker.
God damn you. All right,
Your
Jake,
voting
you got
system's
anything else
trash.
on? Yeah.
I'ma
Jake, the
say
game's trash, and you're trash.
Alright.
All right, Joel, I'm gonna give you a left field. You need to play Doki Doki Literature Club.
Jesus Christ, Jake.
I
We
have
can't
heard
even get
that's
him
about
play a
psychopaths.
regular game, and you're gonna give him that?
It is-
I've heard that's about psychopaths and that random plot twists happen.
Oh, you already heard the plot twist? Okay, never mind then.
I have not heard what the plot twist actually is. I've just heard there's a bunch of plot twists.
Yeah, so it's a game that is under the pretense of being a standard dating simulator, but it ain't. And I'll just leave it at that. It's free. Let me look at my Steam time. I only think it only took me a couple hours to beat. Yeah, it took me like less than 5 hours. So
Right, well, that's kind of speaking my language then. Is
I
it
mean, it's
good?
fun. It involves you going into like the game's files to mess with shit to beat it. So
I
it's
don't know
very
about that
meta,
one.
very interesting. Just good for a good quick playthrough. I think you'd enjoy it. Brendon enjoyed it. If that helps at all, and he's usually not into even trying things that look like it's cutesy anime shit.
Brendon and I usually have similar tastes at times, so you know. Yeah, that helps. I'll put it number 3 for now.
Speaking of, Dimit, you still need to get on Doki Doki.
Yeah, I started it. I'm working on it.
Fuck you, Walking Sims. I just need to say it one more time.
Fuck your trash taste.
Hmm.
Play the
At least-
goddamn game. We'll talk about it, Joel.
At least my name isn't get cucked in the fucking podcast chat because I didn't get cucked.
I'd rather get cucked because that means I have good choices. Than
You tell me,
I
Jake.
saw you had
like
you made
Jake.
good choices, Dimit. I was expecting
the
you,
cheater.
a man with
Are you
refined
telling me-
taste, to make good choices.
Are you telling me the initial D and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure were not good choices?
I literally chose initial D for you, Joel.
Yeah.
How soon we forget what our friends do for us. I helped you out. And you know what Jake did because of that? Shat on me. And ruined my chance to actually get a good showing for 1 week.
You ruined my chance. If I can't win, nobody wins.
You had no good animes before Future Diary.
Brendon wins until Brendon cucks himself and fucking
I had
loses
plenty
time.
of good wins.
You didn't win once.
Good animes, I mean.
That's what I thought.
Joel backed
Brandon's
me up.
on-
Keijo is
Last
top
week,
tier.
We won't bring it up again.
Pages for-
All right, do we have anything else to recommend?
New Dooms. I still think it's got solid gameplay.
I don't
It
know
has a
about
lot
that.
of red and blood exploding from what I know. And that's about it.
Played the first new one and
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. It
I seem
wasn't
to be the
for me.
oddball out. I'm like the only one of the group that loves the new Doom games.
I never enjoyed any of the Doom games I've ever played.
Brendon just doesn't like it because there's no Cannibal Corpse on the soundtrack.
Yeah, it's a mix of electronica and heavy metal, and he's like, still not metal enough.
Hang on, is there Eurobeat in any game? Because I'll play the shit out of that just to listen to the Eurobeat.
No, not. It's definitely not Eurobeat.
Damn.
It's basically heavy metal mixed with whatever you would call the equivalent of electronic heavy metal.
What if I told you the meme lords of World of Warships use Eurobeats a lot? Would that convince you to play it?
World of Warships is multiplayer, Austin.
Yeah, well, it's
There is a
it's
single
also
player
the
function,
meme lords.
fuck
It's
off.
not in the game. Is it? It's not in the game, is it? It's the fucking memes.
You can believe whatever you want to believe, Joel.
You're
I
not
think
telling
we're
me
just-
information.
Yeah,
I
Then
think you're
the
just
game-
queuing them
game-
up to watch the meme videos, Austin.
I think Austin's just really trying to get me into worship so he has an excuse to no life it.
I have an excuse to get back on it. I left that part of me behind. I'll probably venture into it again soon, but
Listen, there's a better chance of me returning to World of Warcraft than playing warships.
yeah, you're only one subscription away from just no lifing.
I mean,
I
Shadowlands
haven't
is dropping
canceled my
later this year.
subscription. I haven't canceled my subscription. I just haven't played the game. Just in case I ever want to log on. I have a problem, all right?
He really on that World of Warcraft.
Damn MMOs.
All right, Joel.
ruining
All right, Joel. I
America.
got you. So you like Sonic back in the day, right?
I did, yes.
All right, Sonic Generations. Did you ever play that one?
I heard that was the worst one.
No, that's actually the best one that's come out in a while. That's the one where it has a 2D Sonic from back in time teaming up with the modern Sonic or whatever.
And
It's
You guys
surprisingly
figured
good Sonic game. You got good 2D levels mixed with good 3D levels. I think you'd enjoy it if you enjoy Sonic.
well, the 3D levels sound like fun. The 2D levels don't.
Well, luckily it's a Sonic game, so you can speed through the levels you don't like.
But what if I speed through the levels I like?
Then you can play them again.
Okay.
I mean, it's Sonic.
Okay.
You're supposed to go fast in it.
Hmm.
I mean, let me put it this way: there's no non-Sonic playing. It's just Sonic.
Alright. Well, like, you guys fucking blow at this. The only person that gave me a sales pitch was fucking Dimit for Spec Lines.
Hey, I gave you a sales pitch for Fallout 4 and Ass Creed
Kind of.
and
Wasn't all
Doki
that
Doki.
good. Okay, you did give me one for Doki Doki. So you're giving me 2 sales pitches out of like every game.
The shit
Fuck,
sells
guys.
itself. We shouldn't have to sales pitch everything.
I have not played these games, so they don't sell themselves. So
It's
you
just
tell
fun
me own them.
gameplay. Educate yourself.
You educate me.
I
That's
got
why
3
we're here.
games on your playlist, and I came on expecting to get 2 on there. So I'm doing pretty good, I think.
I
got
came to
Spec Ops
piggyback
9
off
Assassin's
everything.
Creed.
So
And maybe Doki Doki if I have time.
It's free.
It's not about free. It's about I'd rather
Time
play
is
Spec
money.
Ops The Line.
It's
above
less
that.
than 5 hours long.
I can take a lot of product photography shots in 5 hours.
boy, oh boy, it's not a good sign, Jake. I don't think he's gonna play it.
I don't think he's going to play anything after today.
I don't think it is either.
Fucking sell me.
What was the
Yeah.
point of this podcast?
Joel's like, sell me when he literally hasn't played a single player game in 10 years. We tell him why he should play single player games, and he's like, I'm not into that.
Single player games. Like, fucking sell me on a cool preference or something. Or mechanic or that I would like or something. Come on.
I tried
it's
selling you on mechanics.
I think it's more of that I would like. I think that's the real hang up here.
You know what, Joel? Fuck it. Just buy a Switch, play some Animal Crossing.
Just go play some more Minecraft. Fucking
You think you can get Minecraft, play that on the go, play some Minecraft Dungeons.
This is what it's gonna come down to when I say you gave me a fucking Spec Ops The Line and Assassin's Creed and Doki Doki and everything else was like, you should play it cuz.
And
And
Fallout. We gave you like a 30-minute spiel on Fallout.
Yeah, but I'm not that interested in Fallout.
And I think that's the one you'd enjoy the most.
Well, I don't
don't.
because it's open world.
Fuck it. Just play Gears 5. Play the single player in Gears.
That's a better recommendation than half of them. Because at least I'm fucking somewhat interested in what happens in that game.
There you go. Get Gears 4 and 5 and continue the story. They're enjoyable.
Be disappointed the whole time.
Why are you such a hater of FPS games?
It's not even an FPS.
Shooter games. I meant shooter games. Shut your whore mouth.
This man Ed trying to
I
asking
think
you
you're
to.
just salty because I said fuck your walking sims.
Oh, our relationship is irreparably damaged because of that statement.
Fuck your walking sims.
Story-driven games that you basically just walk through, like Death Stranding.
Read a book, motherfucker.
Death Stranding is like a walking sim. Literally, like walked into the wrong part of town.
I mean, you have literal balance while walking mechanics in Death Stranding.
Yeah,
What the
it's a
fuck?
walking sim on steroids.
Why? Who? What?
Be very careful how you phrase this next question, Joel.
He's going to ask who would play this.
I know, and I was about to say me. God damn it! With 50 hours in it.
Yeah, one of the biggest fucking autists that I know.
All right,
Actually,
Joel.
the biggest.
Joel, I got a game for you.
Okay.
Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4.
I have played that with friends. It's actually kind of fun.
I got it. I put a little bit of time into it. It is surprisingly good.
I got my ass handed to me for like 2 hours straight by a friend of mine, but it was fun.
So there you go. You can get it, try the single player, and relive when Naruto was good, before Boruto was a thing.
I mean, it wasn't good after the pain arc and Shippuden, but you know.
But you didn't know how much worse it could really get.
Yeah, you were. It was a roller coaster of how much more can they bury this fucking dead horse.
And now we're just going back in time to hang out with Jiraiya.
Yep.
Shame, really.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, my conclusion here, I guess, is Spec Ops: The Line, Assassin's Creed, and potentially Doki Doki Literature Club.
Kind of surprised. I'm surprised you went with Doki Doki at all. I didn't think that was going to stick.
Goddamn.
Maybe it's a tertiary. Might as well pick 3.
Hey, tertiary is better than not at all.
And
Now
yes, I am a weeb. I am a weeb, Austin. You fucking know this. I've watched all of fucking Pedro. That tells you how much of a weeb I am.
I'm just
I'm
ready
out.
for like the 2-week update and be like, all right, Joel, so how's any of the single player games going? He's like, I haven't played any. I just
I
played some
started Spec
Counter-Strike."
Ops: The Line, but I got bored, and then I started up Assassin's Creed, and I got bored, and I started Doki Doki, and I got bored, and
Why are we taking bets on how long I'm gonna last in these games?
I'm fully guaranteeing they never get completed.
I'm going 20 minutes each at most.
I'm gonna say Ass Creed. You got a 30-minute window.
You know, I'll give him an hour for Ass Creed.
Spec Ops: The Line. I honestly wonder
gonna
if
be a
you're ever
solid
gonna buy it. Doki. I'll do like an hour on that.
I'll do it. That one's gonna be the most curveball. That's either gonna be like 20 minutes or an hour and 20 minutes before he gets tired of it.
You'll know exactly how long I spend on every game because I will stream every game on the Handsome Jack's Twitch page, which everyone that's listening should go follow. Because
I can't wait for him just to shit on everything.
He's gonna open up the stream and be like, "All right, get ready for a night of single player games." 2 hours later, all right, I'm gonna switch over to Counter-Strike now.
I mean, you might not be wrong, but yes, everyone, please go follow those because we will also be doing watch parties of the anime series and potentially a bridge series and other random YouTube stuff because we tend to do it anyway. So we're gonna stream it.
Are you boys still doing hot laps?
Fuck,
we haven't
trying. I've been so busy on the weekends.
Yeah, Austin's been busy, and the last time we could, which was earlier this week, I was just fucking drained from work because I had a rough day. So
I feel that maybe this weekend. That's a big maybe.
if I'm in town, I'm down.
I wish I had internet to help stream, but alas, I live in the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
I understand that pain. But yeah.
Please, boys, rescue me from this hillbilly hell.
I can't.
Rescue yourself.
Jake, you can come down here.
To live?
No, just to stay for a little bit. I don't really have room for anything else.
I don't take up much space.
Yeah,
Jake will be like, "Yeah, I'm just coming down for the weekend." 4 months later.
Hey, I can
help renovate the kitchen.
essays.
Jake's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm just running to the corner store, honey. I'll be back 4 months later."
Yeah,
Where the
let's
fuck
just
is he?
I'm gonna go get some cigarettes.
never sees him again. He's back up in Glasford like 3 weeks later. God damn. It'd be beautiful, really.
All right. So what happens if I actually finish any of these games?
I don't know what the hell you want from me. It's our gift to you.
You did a bad job making it a gift. This felt more like fucking pulling hair.
Yeah.
It's you, Joe. It is gonna be
Recommending
pulling hair.
recommending you a single player game and as pulling hairs. Who would have guessed, Joel? Who really would have guessed?
I would have had better luck giving my pet cat a bath.
You don't wash your cat?
He's pretty cleansly on his own, actually.
He licks his own asshole, probably.
And it's nice, clean asshole.
Nice,
Have you
clean.
seen it?
Okay.
Not a drop of shit on it.
I'm
Wow.
glad you're inspecting it.
I was about to say he really gets into that.
Well, I'll make sure I bring Jelly over to see what he thinks of it. I don't let him get too close, though.
Oh God, why do you do that? You
Oh,
fucking
I figured he'd know best.
you poor cat.
Well, I don't let him touch him. I just let him look. And then when he starts getting too sweaty, I ask him to leave.
Jelly, can you like go or something?
So what? You get him worked up and then unleash him on the kids of the town? You're a fucking savage.
Next thing you know, you just make it a beeline towards the playground. Jelly, no!
No, Jelly, no! Go home!
Oh god damn.
Yeah, make sure I make him stop by right before work. That way he has no time to go anywhere else.
Oh God, those poor senior citizens. They don't know. They don't even
If
know.
you
what
don't
happened
think
to 'em.
Jelly would call off work, then you're wrong.
Has that man ever called off work willingly?
Dean Coral called out of the candy factory multiple times. Never under. I'm not saying Jelly's gonna kill anyone, but you never know.
Well, this was an interesting podcast.
They usually always are, really.
We keep saying it's only up from here, but I mean,
I really hope so. Granted, this is better than the music episode. Next episode there will be webcams. For those that are little bitches and don't want to do webcams, there will be avatars. So if you want to see what we look like, we will be premiering it on Twitch before the actual podcast goes up. So like I said, go follow the Twitch page if you want to follow the Twitch page. Also, we have a Twitter and an Instagram. Go follow them. Jake, Jelly, and Brendon, I believe, are all taking turns on that, so you can go yell at them.
we will be your social media people.
Yeah.
Indians need not apply. Tweet at Joel directly.
If you want to be insulted.
I'm not responsible for his views expressed on this podcast.
All right. Well,
Joel do his thing.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. Handsome Jack's basically available on every single podcast platform except for Pandora for obvious reasons. And until next time, see you.
Bye bye now.